Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Matthew 6:21. Be careful about where you put your treasure, what you value, because there your heart will be also. The Bible tells us to guard our hearts above all else, for out of it flows the issues of life. And it also tells us that the heart above all else is deceitful, which means we can't trust our feelings. We can't act based on what we feel. We have to trust Him and what He says is true, and trust in the Word of God and live by what we know, not by what we feel. But be careful about where you put your treasure, for what you value is where your heart will be. And if you treasure anything above Jesus, and I mean just straight up Jesus, just hanging out with Him one-on-one, that's it, you will also always be setting yourself up for heartache and for the enemy to be able to come in and speak lies to you. If you value success, if you value an opportunity, if you value a person, if you value a promise, even the promise that God has given you, if you value the promise more than the promiser, you are not ready for that promise. The treasure must be in Him, in you and Him, and in your relationship, in simply hanging out with Him. That means being in a place of contentment and happiness and joy all the time, regardless of whether situations and circumstances around you are favorable, because you are His and He is yours, and He never leaves you or forsakes you. That means diving into the Word and enjoying just reading the Word and getting to know Him more, and spending time in prayer and hanging out with Him, and just worshiping Him because of who He is, not because you need anything, seeking His face, not His hand. If that is not where your treasure is, if your treasure is somewhere else, even if it's a good God thing, if your treasure is somewhere else, you are setting yourself up for heartache and for the enemy to come in. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And if you want to know where someone's heart is, watch where their money is. Where their treasure is, there their heart is also. Where are they spending their finances? Where are they putting their money? That's where their treasure is.